everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is all about, where is your career headed? What's coming up for you in your career? So I've got three groups for you. The three cards in front of you came from those readings. I'm doing the intro after I've already done your reading. So three major arcana, which is interesting. They've all come from different places within the reading, so don't take the card too seriously, but understand that there is a strong element of that energy in your situation somewhere, right? Major arcana is always a strong energy. So for group one, your card is the Sun, card 19. For group two, you have the Tower card, that's card 16. And group three, you have card 15, the Devil. All right, you can pick your group based on the card, the picture in the card, the name, the number, or whatever you like, whatever resonates, whatever's pulling you toward it. And go down into the description box, click on the timestamp. It'll take you right to your reading, and I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Hey, group one. All right, we are gonna take a look at what's coming up for you in your career, where your career is headed. So forgive the different setup. I'm traveling right now, so this is a little different for me too, but I'll do the best I can to make sure you can see at least most of the cards. All right, let's take a look. So at the heart of your reading, we have the Sun, and that's being crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Base of your reading, we have the Nine of Wands. Recent past is the King of Cups. Crowning your reading is the Ace of Cups. In the near future, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Your energy is the Ace of Swords. The people and the environment around you is the Page of Swords. The advice from Spirit is Seven of Pentacles, and your outcome is the Six of Pentacles. All right. Let me just take this all in and get some initial messages for you, and then we'll talk about what's here. Okay. All right, well, we're going to start from the beginning. So at the heart of your reading, you have the Sun card, which is, the most optimistic card, the happiest card in the entire tarot deck. So you're in a place of happiness right now. You're happy where you are. It may not be perfect. I don't know, they're telling me it feels pretty doggone perfect. It feels really good there. Now, what they're telling me is, with this Four of Pentacles crossing the Sun, is that things are good and they're comfortable and they make you happy. And so you're hanging on so tightly that you're not leaving room for other opportunity to kind of come in for you, for either doors to open or expansion to come in. And we'll look more at why and what all that means, but let's see what else is here. So at the base of your reading, you have the Nine of Wands. You, in the past, you have struggled in your career. You have struggled with relationships in your career, with maintaining a balance between your assertiveness and authority, and it's created some problems. Never to the point of complete disaster, right? You're still winning with the Nine of Wands, but you're beaten and bruised. I don't feel that you feel that way now, but I think that's why you are holding on to your current situation so tightly. Because you've finally come out of this feeling and you're afraid of this happening again. In the recent past, you have the King of Cups. Hold on, I'm just getting him. I just want to make sure I'm getting this message right from Spirit. All right, yeah. They're telling me this King of Cups is someone that you worked for or worked with, but most likely for. They were someone above you. They were a compassionate leader. They were a kind leader. They liked you. But they had limited opportunities for you. So they're pointing out to me this small island that he's sitting on. And yes, there's lots of fish and there's, he's the king of his island, but it's a very small domain. And so he wasn't able to give you a lot of opportunities. But that's in the past. And where you are now is the Nine of Pentacles. You're in a place where maybe you don't even need this king anymore. You're in a place of self-sufficiency, of self-promotion, of being able to give yourself opportunities, create opportunities for yourself in some way. And you're doing well. And if that's not where you are now, that's the near future. It's coming very, very soon, if that's not exactly how you feel, but I see you feeling good where you are. Crowning your reading is the Ace of Cups. There is opportunity here to be even happier. And I know that may seem unbelievable. It may feel risky. But they're saying this is a gift that you should consider wisely. Your energy is the Ace of Swords. You're looking at any new opportunities, any new projects, situations, possible promotions, even possible other jobs. You're looking at all of them with a very logical mind. But also, there's a little bit of it's a little bit lighthearted, but it's not emotion-based. It's fact-based. You're not getting attached to any opportunity that comes your way right now, and there are opportunities coming your way with the Page of Swords. This is someone coming to you with a message, with information that can help you. The advice from Spirit is the Seven of Pentacles. And they're saying plant your seeds, wait for them to blossom and grow. But when it's time to, pick your harvest, like in this card, she's picking the grapes. When it comes time to, pick your harvest, be willing to do that. Otherwise, these grapes or whatever it is you've sown, you've planted, will wither and rot on the vine and be of no good to anybody. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, and we'll know a little bit more about what this means specifically for you, but as an initial message, I'm getting you're getting what you deserve. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're getting what you deserve. Okay. All right, we're going to clarify some of these cards and just get a little more information for you. They want to start with the Nine of Wands. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands, please. Thanks, Spirit. We have the Sun card again. Yeah, it's exactly what we talked about. It's knowing that you're in a good place and being just a little bit afraid of things going sour, of things getting bad if you make a mistake, if you make a move, if you change anything. You could be setting yourself up for disaster. Where do you want us to go next, Spirit? All right, can you please clarify the Ace of Cups for us? This is what's crowning your reading. In this card, in this deck, it's nurturing, but essentially it's the Empress card, but it's in reverse. There is opportunity coming your way that could make you very happy. But you're a little blocked, again, you're blocked off from it. A little bit you're focusing on other people's needs more than your own. But also you are essentially preventing good things, better things from coming in for your career because you're too afraid of losing what you have. They want to give you one more card on this, so get one more card on the Ace of Cups and the Empress reversed, or nurturing reversed. And it's irrationality, which is the Five of Swords, essentially in a typical tarot. There's a fear of, now they're saying not fear, what is it? It's a concern that by opening yourself up to opportunity, you are almost insulting the current position you're in. And so you're not really taking it seriously. They're telling me to show you the card so that you can see why I'm saying that. If you look at the card, it's, let me make sure you can see it. It's a bizarre little card. They're sledding on the grass, and the guy in the front is holding binoculars, and the guy in the back is dressed up like a clown in a suit, and he's hanging onto a record album, and there's a window and books flying in the air, and trees are hanging upside down. It's a very bizarre card. You're a little bit afraid of making a fool of yourself, of doing something that makes you look dumb, right? To having a good opportunity and kind of taking that risk of pushing it aside for something better can, to some people, seem like a crazy idea. But Spirit is saying they want you to consider it wisely. In other words, don't just, okay, whatever, I'll do it. They think you're doing the right thing by considering both sides of this story. Considering where you are and considering what is coming toward you. And I don't know if this is a new job or just a new opportunity within your job, but it's a chance for you to be even happier than you already are. And they're saying that just grows exponentially. The happier you are, the happier you get, the happier you get, the happier you are, so on, so on, so on. So they want you to consider it, but they do want you to consider it wisely, smartly. All right. Spirit, can you clarify the Nine of Pentacles for us, please? Thank you. And we have essentially the Four of Pentacles reversed. This card is called Perseverance. So, where you're initially being challenged by the Four of Pentacles upright, in the near future, you're going to let go a little bit. You're going to see that there is beauty in independence. There's beauty in promotion. There is beauty in, they're saying, discovering yourself and promoting yourself and giving yourself opportunities that you might not have gotten from someone else or any other, in any other way. And so in the near future, you do start to open up. You start to let go. You start to release a little bit. Anything else there? Yeah, they want to give you one more card for the near future. And it's response in reverse, which is the Eight of Wands reversed. They're saying you're going to take it slow. Things will come your way and things will start to open up slowly. And so you're starting to open up to it, which is good. But remember, the advice was to plant the seeds and wait for them to be ripe. So in the near future, you start to open up. You start to see the possibilities of whatever this chance, this change is. And you're taking it slowly, which is good. They're telling me that's good, so that's good. Okay. All right. Spirit, can you clarify the Ace of Swords, please? This is your energy, the Ace of Swords. And we have decision. This is the Two of Pentacles. And you can see in the card, this person is kind of trapped by a log. And he's deciding, do I grab the saw and cut the log, or do I grab the walkie-talkie and call for help? And what he doesn't realize, or maybe he does, is that, behind him, looks like there's a wolf or some kind of wild animal who is scoping him out. So there's some danger there there's some danger in the act of indecision. Like, do something. Pick one or the other or both, but do something. Make a decision. And that's your energy. You're wanting to make a decision. You're looking at things logically. You're giving things an intellectual chance. You're giving things a chance to prove themselves to you. Like, if it all works out, if it all makes sense, then I'll move forward. You're wanting to make that decision. All right. Spirit, can you clarify the Page of Swords for us, please? This is the energy, the people, the environment around you. other people or another person. What I'm hearing is it's a company. The Page of Swords is a company. Maybe your company, maybe a different company, but they're coming in with an offer. And we have motivation. This card is the Magician in typical tarot. They have something to offer you that will take your motivation to the next level. So think about what it is that you are truly motivated by. Is it money? Is it title? Is it respect and recognition? Is it doing good for, the community at large? Is it, what it is? What's your number one motivator? And they're saying when this information, this offer comes through, consider that. If money is not your number one motivator and they're offering you something that is, but maybe it's not as much money as you would like, is that payoff okay? Those are the checks and balances. Those are the considerations. Right, they have one more card here for this offer, this company. Again, it could be your company, it could be someone else's company. If you work for yourself, it could be a new client, a new partner. But it's somebody coming in with an offer. And I have teamwork in reverse. This is the Four of Wands reverse. They're ready to shake things up. They're ready to shake things up for you and for them in order to motivate you to come work for them or with them, or they're willing to make some changes and shake things up. All right, what else can you tell us about the advice? The advice is the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit, what else can you tell us about that? And we have advancement. This is the Chariot card. They're saying wait for the right moment and then be ready to move when that moment comes. And they're saying you'll know it. You'll know when that moment comes. How will they know? They're saying you'll feel it. You'll know. When everything comes together and it feels ready. They're saying ripe for the picking. When it feels like this is it. This is it. They're saying don't let that pass you by. Be ready to move forward. Okay. All right, let's look at the outcome. We have the Six of Pentacles in the outcome. You getting what you deserve. What else can you tell us? Spirit. Freedom. It's the Fool card. You're going to make a decision and take a chance, and it's going to pay off. With the Six of Pentacles, getting what you deserve. What else can you tell us in the outcome, Spirit? So, can you tell us what's next? Please. enough. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So what you are getting a taste of here in the near future, you're going to get the full picture of. As you move forward. It will neither be, they're saying it won't be too much work or too little reward. It'll be right in the middle. And I'm going to show you this card so you can kind of see it's a little bit different than the typical Nine of Pentacles. So if you notice on the left, you can see, on the left, you can see this guy, all he's got on his plate is a single apple, and he's very gaunt and skinny, and his clothes are raggedy. This guy, his plate is overflowing, and, you know, he's kind of busting out of his clothes. And then here's this person in the middle who is sort of balanced it out, has, you know, just enough, has exactly what she needs. Anything else? Yeah, I want to give you another one. And this is Passage. This is the Death card, Passage in reverse. You're no longer going to be hanging on. So if you see this guy, he has the key to his future in his hand. And the door is open. But he's ignoring it. All these opportunities out there, he's ignoring. And he's got this, hourglass that he's been sitting there so long that the hourglass is busted and the sand is spilling out and a plant is growing out of it. He's gotten stuck. But in reverse, you're no longer stuck. You may not think you're stuck because you feel happy. But they're saying if you stay too long, if you hang on too tightly, you will become stuck. And that's what they're trying to help you avoid. And that's what you're going to accomplish through this process. All right, they say that's it. I've got one more card for you though. This is a fortune cookie card. So we'll see what it says. Interesting. All right, make sure you can see it. It says, opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. What they're telling me to focus on is a stranger is about to change your life. A stranger. That's this Page of Swords. So an opportunity is coming your way. They're saying it's coming from someone you don't know. It could still be within your company, but it's coming from someone you don't know. All right, I'm just gonna lower this camera a little bit so you can get a peek at all the cards. I wanna make sure you don't miss anything. All right, group one, sorry about the weird setup today, but it is what it is. I wanted to get this video out and not miss it while I'm traveling. So I hope this helped you out. I hope it gave you some insight and some good advice. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group two. Okay, we are gonna take a look at what's coming up for you with your career. You know, what's coming, what's happening. First of all, forgive the new setup. I'm traveling and I really wanted to get this video out for you, so I'm making do with what I have and where I am. So I will do the best I can for you. All right, let's take a look. All right, at the heart of your reading is the Four of Swords. That's being crossed by the Page of Swords. The base of your reading, we have the Tower card. Recent past, we have the Ten of Cups. Crowning your reading is the Temperance card. In the near future, we have the Seven of Wands. Your energy is the Queen of Pentacles. The people and the environment around you is the Six of Wands. The advice from Spirit is Judgment. And the outcome is the Page of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Give me just a second. I want to take all this in and get some initial messages for you. Okay. All right, so hold on one sec. Okay. All right, what they're saying right now, at the heart of your reading, we have the Four of Swords. This is an energy of, frankly, just not working very hard. Not to say that you don't deserve the rest or the time off or the chance to rejuvenate. It's not a judgment whatsoever. It's just this is a time when you're taking it easy a little bit when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career. But this time of relaxation, this comfort that you're experiencing right now, this taking it easy, is being challenged by the Page of Swords. In other words, there's information coming in that is going to shake you up, and probably already has with this Tower card. Things have already been shaken up, and so it's sort of pulling you out of your slumber, so to speak. You're no longer okay with the status quo. You're no longer okay with taking it easy because things are rocky, a little bit rocky, because of whatever information this was that came in. Now, in the recent past, you have the Ten of Cups. You were very happy and content and like full of love and life when it came to your career, but something has changed. And now you're in a position of this Seven of Wands where you're having to fight for your place a little bit. You're having to prove yourself a little bit more than you have had to, at least recently. Crowning your reading is the Temperance card. And what they're telling me is a couple things. One is that you're creating your own alchemy. Meaning, if you're familiar with an alchemist, they turn metal into gold. They turn something that is worthless into something that is worth a lot. But also, they're showing a balance here. Balance in her posture, but also, if you notice, like balance in her diet. There's cupcakes and then there's vegetables. It's a card of balance and trying to keep your composure, needing to keep your composure in this situation in order to be the alchemist, in order to turn something challenging, turn something that is not working and turn it into something that is profitable, is valuable to you. And you're the Queen of Pentacles. You absolutely can do it. You have the golden touch. You have the ability to manifest. You have the ability to generate abundance for you and for the people around you if you want to. And you're in that frame of mind now. The people around you or the environment around you is the Six of Wands. Someone else has sort of stepped up and taken the limelight. They're proving themselves to be successful. And I'm getting this energy of almost like not on purpose. Whoever this is just doing their job, but they may have gotten something that you thought you were going to get: a promotion, a raise, recognition, a job offer. They got it and you didn't. That sort of thing, which can sting a little bit. The advice from Spirit is judgment, and this is a wake-up call, and they're saying heed the call. Pay attention. This is happening for you, not to you. With the outcome of the Page of Wands, you're being re-inspired, possibly sent down a new path, possibly given a new opportunity. But most of all, it's a card of being inspired again. It's a change that starts within and sort of takes over and manifests through your whole being. All right, let's get a little more information. We'll get some clarity here. All right, can you clarify, please, the Page of Swords? Thank you, Spirit. This is the obstacle for you, this Page of Swords. Dissatisfaction. So you've gotten some bad news. You've gotten some news, or at least it feels bad to you. You've gotten some news that shakes you up. For some of you, it may have been, and this is not a warning, this is something that's already in place, so just know that. But for some of you, you may have been given notice and lost your job, been laid off. Maybe you were turned down for a promotion, or you were applying for a job and did not get it. Something. It was news that, disappointing news that you got on the job front that sort of woke you up, shook things up, pulled the rug out from underneath you a little bit. All right, Spirit, can you clarify the Tower for us? It's a little bit of the same energy, but let's see if there's more they can tell us about that. This is at the base of your reading. We have doing, invention. This is essentially the Knight of Pentacles. What are you saying about this? Okay. They're saying someone else, you may have seen yourself as the expert, as someone who had all the experience, had all the capabilities. But someone comes in and proves they can do more faster. And they sort of nip at your heels and threaten your status quo a little bit. All right. All right, Spirit, can you clarify the Temperance card for us, please? This is the card that's crowning your reading. This is like an overall energy, like an umbrella that sort of touches every other card. How do you want me to take it? All right. The card is Restless, and it's essentially the Four of Cups, but it's in reverse. So with this Temperance card, you're gaining some balance, you're gaining some much needed insight, some composure. And if you look at, I'm going to show you Restless upright. So you can see this person, this boy is being taught, you know, how to swim, how to not drown, how to fight the current. He's not paying attention at all. He's not paying attention at all. He just wants to get out into the water, even though there's risks involved. But you got it in reverse. That's where you want this card, in reverse. You're paying attention to the risks. You are learning from your mistakes. You are learning from, they're saying not mistakes. You are learning a lesson that needed to be learned. You didn't make a mistake. You just got comfortable. And they said, we're here to shake you up because you got more to do. All right. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Seven of Wands? This is in your near future. This is you fighting back. This is you fighting for what you deserve. And we have experience. You do have the experience. You do have the knowledge and the skills. You've been overlooked because it was time. It was time for you to, it was time for someone to light a fire again, like inside of you, re-inspire you, get you back into fighting mode. And I don't mean fighting in a negative way, but like fighting for your own career, fighting for your own advancement, fighting for your own inspiration. But they're saying your experience can only get you so far. You do have to fight for it. And you're going to win if you fight hard enough. All right. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Queen of Pentacles? This is your energy. What else can you tell us about Group 2's energy? We have cooperation. All right, what they're telling me with this card, I'm gonna hold it close so you can hopefully see. You see in the front of the card, there's 3 people and they're building this really elaborate castle. And here's this person in the back who's doing it all himself. He's building his own, but it's much less impressive because there's just one of him. There's no collaboration going on. There's no working together to create something, exponentially better. This is more than 3 times better. That's what they're saying. They're saying that you have been this person in the back, doing it yourself, assuming that not that you're doing a bad job, doing a great job. It's a beautiful castle. And you've gotten very comfortable at being like the ruler of your area. But they're saying you've got to open up a little bit to collaboration, to teamwork, to other people also having ideas that are not better than yours. They're just different. And sometimes different ideas can come together and it's like they create an explosion of creativity and inspiration that one spark all by itself can't create. You need the that clash, that jolt of combined energy. All right. What can you tell us, Spirit, about the 6 of Wands? This is someone around you. What else can you tell us, Spirit? They're saying they got what you wanted. And they're saying it's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the story for you. You're going to get what you want to. They just want you to fight for it. They want you to want it. They want you to want it more. And we have confrontation in reverse. This is the Five of Wands in reverse. This person was a team player. And they were recognized for it, among other things. Collaborating with others. Really like opening yourself up to other people's experience, even if they have less experience than you, even if they have no experience. They still have something to offer. And by you being open to that, yes, you're helping them advance and grow and learn, but you're also helping yourself grow and learn and advance. Anything else there? Okay. Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Judgment card? This is the advice. It's a bit of a wake-up call, which I'm assuming you've gotten. And by advice, you know, they're saying follow the call. Pay attention. And we have Union in reverse, Two of Cups reversed. It's another message of needing to combine forces, cooperate, collaborate, be a team player for the sake of the team and for the sake of the company and the project or whatever you're working at. Not to make yourself look better, but because you know the outcome will be better. And it will be better. And when it is, the spotlight will shine on you for having been the one to make that happen, to help that happen. All right. They want to give you one more card here in the advice spot. So let's see what else they have to say. And we have Synthesis in reverse. Again, this is, interestingly, Temperance card in reverse. But in the advice placement, they're saying, don't try to do it all yourself. I'm going to show you this card upright. So you could see this elderly woman is in the rocking chair, and she is quilting together. She has all the tools, and she's using them herself. And she's quilting together all the different signs and elements into one cohesive blanket, quilt. But in reverse, as your advice, they're saying, don't try to do it all yourself. Don't try to do it all yourself. It's the same message. I think you get it. Okay. All right, what else can you tell us about the outcome, Spirit? We have the Page of Wands here. This is new inspiration, possibly a new path, a new journey for you. And we have Choice in reverse. This is the Ace of Swords in reverse. We're saying, wait, what are you saying? Hold on. You're saying you're not going to overthink it. You're going to make a decision. And that's going to be that. And you're going to move forward. And you're going to make a decision, and it's going to be the right decision. If you follow your heart, if you follow that fire in your heart, not your emotions, if you follow what inspires you and like perks you up and gives you, like makes you want to get up out of bed in the morning. Tell us what's next, Spirit. What can group 2 expect next? have feeling collaboration in reverse. So the Queen of Wands reversed. What are you saying there with that, Spirit? You're saying you might, so you're going to set off on this new journey. You're going to make a decision. And it's not a bad decision to move forward. But if you move forward without having fully committed to this advice of collaboration, you will find yourself struggling again. They're saying fix this first, or you will find yourself in the same situation. Just fix it within your own, like set your mind to it, you know? If you have the opportunity to physically fix it, do that. But most importantly, change that dialogue within yourself. Change how you perceive teamwork and collaboration. I understand, you know, I'm getting this feeling of like, you don't need anyone else to help you because you're good at what you do and you can just do it, and you can probably do it better than anybody else, and it will just take more time to teach someone and to work with them and show them. Spirit is saying we get it. But in the process of doing all that, you will learn something and you will grow in ways that you're not expecting. So they're saying take that time. Become okay with teaching others and working with others and showing others how you do what you do. Because it's important. I've got another card for you. And then we have authority in reverse. This is the Emperor in reverse. What is this? Yeah, they're saying, okay, so that's exactly what they're saying. Sorry, I'm having a little conversation in my own head. This is a, you have a choice. You can continue to do things the way you've been doing them and trying to do it all yourself. Or you can decide that, you know, normally the authority card, the Emperor card, he's the boss. He's the man on top. He's the man who runs the show, knows everything, does everything, you know, maybe doesn't do everything, but he's running the show. He's the boss. In reverse, he's a team player. He's not, you know, sitting on his throne and I'm not saying that you're sitting on your throne like giving out orders, but just trying in terms of the Emperor to give you like a flavor. You want to give one more card. So they're saying you have a choice. They want you to listen to the advice they've given you, though. And then we have expression. This is the Three of Pentacles, which is the teamwork card. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. It might be a little bit of a struggle. You might step into this new arena wanting to do things the same old way. But hopefully you're going to remember this message and you will have learned from this experience enough, and they're showing that you're going to turn this around and you're going to work with others well. The Three of Pentacles is a working together card. And in doing that, you're not going to lose your independence. You're not going to lose your expression, your sense of expression. You're not going to lose yourself to the group. You will actually shine even more. Interesting. All right, that's all for the tarot cards, but I do have one fortune cookie card. We're going to see what it is. All right. Okay, they're reminding me something about this card. I'm going to read it to you what it says, and then I'm going to tell you what they're telling me. Love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. They're saying this is not about your love life. This is not a romantic card. It's two things. One, reminding you to love life. Remember that spark and follow it. And then they're focusing on this part of this card that says, take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision. A difficult situation will be resolved by a good decision. All right, group 2, I know you got this. Hopefully you stuck it out and listened to all this and you're not hating on me because this was maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable reading. But none of this should really be news to you. You should already know this is happening. So thank you so much for being here. If you want to share your thoughts in the comments, I always love that. I read them all. I always comment. And I just thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, y'all. Hey, group 3. All right, we are going to take a look at what's coming up for you in your career. First, forgive the new setup. It's a little bit different. I'm traveling, and I really wanted to get this video out for you, so I'm making do with where I am and what I have, and hopefully it works okay and you can see everything all right. All right, so let's take a look at what's coming up for you in your career, what's happening with your career. So at the heart of your reading, we have the Queen of Wands. That is being crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. At the base of your reading is the Ten of Wands. Recent past, Five of Cups. Crowning your reading is the Three of Wands. In the near future, we have Two of Swords. Your energy is the King of Wands. The people or the environment around you is the Devil. The advice from Spirit, King of Cups. And the outcome, Six of Wands. Well, that's great. All right. Give me just a second. I want to take these in and get some initial messages for you, and we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay. All right. So, for starters, I cannot pick up the cards. All right. The heart of your reading is the Queen of Wands. This is you and your fiery energy. You're very inspired. You have creative ideas. You have new thoughts, new ways of doing things, solutions that aren't being utilized right now. Like, you've got great ideas, but it's being squashed a little bit by this Ten of Pentacles, which is an environment of doing things the way they've always been done because they've always been done that way. It's a very like, no, this is how we do it here, feeling. Or this is how this gets done, and we're not, it's an energy, it's kind of a stifling energy. It's like somebody throwing a wet blanket on your fire. At the base of your reading is the Ten of Wands. You're working very, very hard. You are trying to make a difference. You're trying to get to the top of that mountain. You're on a mission to prove yourself, to advance your career, to grow, to make a difference. In the recent past, we have the Five of Cups. Clearly you've had, been dealing with a little bit of disappointment. What is the word you're giving me? I'm not getting that. They're saying non-cooperation. other people who they don't want things shaken up. And it's disappointing to you because you've got ideas and they're just not open enough to change, to ideas, to solutions that, out of the box sort of ideas. And in the near future, you go from the Five of Cups where you're feeling bad about what is not going well. And then we have the Two of Swords. You're feeling better, but you don't quite know what to do about the situation. You're going at it a little bit blindly. You're trying to ignore the cause here. Crowning the reading is the Three of Wands. Again, you're wanting to make a difference. You're trying to seize an opportunity that exists around you. And unfortunately, you might be the only one or one of very few who understand the scope of what's going on and what is possible. You understand the potential, and that by doing things a little bit differently and letting inspiration sort of push you through, that things could just change for the better. Not for you, for you, but not just for you, but for the entire organization or team or whatever, wherever you work. So your energy is the King of Wands. You're a natural leader. You're charismatic. You have ideas. You're adventurous. You want to try things that haven't been tried, not in a reckless way. You're not a Knight of Wands. You're the King. It's coming from a place of experience. But the environment around you is not conducive to that. It's the devil. It's the temptation to take things easy. It's the temptation to accept that things are good enough. Maybe the people you work with don't want to try harder. Maybe they're just not open to ideas. Maybe they're afraid that change will change too much. Change too much for them, change too much for the organization, that it might not work out. There's some fear there. The advice from Spirit is the King of Cups. They're not asking you to step down from your power, but they're suggesting that you come at your goal from maybe a different angle. So rather than coming at it as the King of Wands with this fiery, adventurous, take risks sort of, mindset, to come at it from a place of emotional stability and compassion and empathy. And if you do, the outcome is the Six of Wands. You will succeed. You will be successful. You will be rewarded and acknowledged and recognized. All right, let's get some more cards on the table. Let's see what else is going on here. All right, Spirit, can you tell us more about this Ten of Wands? This is at the base of your reading. You're working very hard, clearly. But what else can Spirit tell us about? Guidance. You're leading the way. You are climbing the mountain. You see in both cards. You're climbing the mountain. You are moving forward, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like it. But not only are you moving forward, but you're leading the way. You're taking the route less traveled. And you're not going the easy route. So if you notice in this card, in the background we have one of those sky tram things. Those people are taking the easy way, the scenic route. You're not taking the scenic route. You're doing it You're doing it your way. But you're doing it in a way that helps the greater good, or you're trying to anyway. All right. Spirit, can you clarify the Three of Wands for us, please? This is what's crowning your reading, the Three of Wands. What else can you tell us about that? We have overwhelmed in reverse. It's a Ten of Cups in reverse in a standard tarot. You're trying to, so I'm going to show you in this card. These people are standing in, thigh deep water. And sort of, everything is just sort of losing control. And we have, one guy who's just going, oh, poor me. Like nobody knows what to do, when really what needs to be done is someone needs to open the door and let the water out, release the pressure, find a solution. You're trying to find the solution. You're trying to make things easier for your team, for your company. You're trying to find a way out of a situation that really is not working very well there. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about the Two of Swords? This is what's coming for you in the near future. Saying you've got your blindfold on. You're trying not to see the situation for what it really is. But you can't make solid decisions with a blindfold on. You can't hit the target with the blindfold on. You can't hit the target. Or you're much less likely to, anyway. And we have exhaustion in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. You're trying to close your eyes to what's really going on and ease the pressure on yourself, because you are getting pressure. You're getting pressure to just back off a little bit. They want to give you another card here. Okay. And we have feelings, aptitude. This is the Queen of Swords. You're saying take the blindfold off. See what's really going on. Come at it, like they gave in the advice, from a place of compassion and empathy. Try to see it from their point of view. They may see all your fire and intensity and energy and charisma as a little overwhelming. It doesn't mean you have to do less. It just means coming at it from a little bit different approach. And in this position, that's what you're doing. You're starting to understand where they're coming from and to approach it from a different angle, which is good. That's good news. All right. Let's look at your energy. You have the King of Wands. What else can Spirit tell us about that? Spirit, what else can you tell us about Group 3's energy, the King of Wands? Evaluation, Seven of Pentacles. You've done the work. you're ready for the change. You're ready to make a difference. You're okay with people evaluating your work. In fact, you almost invite it. You want them to. You want them to see what you can do and the difference you can make. You're just trying to get them to pay attention, to look at you, to listen, to consider, to evaluate the situation. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. You just need to know that when that happens, not everyone's going to agree. Obviously, because they're already not agreeing. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell us about the energy around them, the environment around them? We have the Devil card there now. What else can you tell us? Controlling direction. This is King of Wands. They want to call the shots. They don't want you calling the shots. They don't want you. It's like, from their perspective, I'm not saying this, but from their perspective, like, they don't really want you bossing them around. They want to call the shots. They want to be the quarterback. They want to be the one to make the win for the team. It's a little bit selfish energy, but the Devil card as well. It's a selfish, fearful. It's coming from a place of fear. No one wants to be overshadowed. So keep that in mind, because I don't feel like your goal is to overshadow anyone. Your goal is to get it right and make a difference. It's not, I don't see anywhere here that it's about you, you wanting to be in the spotlight. But they see it differently. Their fear and insecurity is causing them to put up walls against you, put up barriers against, what you're trying to accomplish. Oh, okay. So they're showing me this guy, he has like this torch on his helmet, and all these guys in blue are just trying to bring him down. Oop. They're trying to bring him down. It doesn't have to be you against them. The trick is to come at it from a different angle. All right, what else can you tell us about the advice, Spirit? We have the King of Cups. What else can you tell us? You're saying you need to listen to your heart and act from a place of open-heartedness. Open-heartedness. You're saying you can be a king, you don't have to act like one. Your presence is kingly. Regardless, this is not about gender. Your presence is kingly. You have the presence of a leader, of someone who has experience and knowledge and knows what they're doing. You don't have to put it out there. Sometimes just stepping back and being is just as impactful, if not more. And they're saying, give that a try. But what else can you tell us, Spirit? The card is dissatisfaction in reverse, dissatisfaction. 8 of Cups reversed. They're saying don't let them get you down, because you do have a spark. And your energy and your fire and your ideas and creativity are valuable. They're worth something. So don't let them get you down. But also don't be careful that you aren't creating dissatisfaction in others by sort of triggering their insecurities. Not that you're responsible for someone else's insecurities, but if we're self-aware and we're conscious of what's going on with ourselves and with others, we can be a little more empathetic. Anything else there, Spirit? All right, they want to talk about the outcome. So we've got the Six of Wands here, which is great. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Six of Wands is a card of victory. It's a card of reward and recognition and being acknowledged for the good work that you do. We have learning, validation. Which is the Page of Wands in typical tarot. They're saying a change of pace, trying to learn a new way of doing what you do will create the validation you're looking for, will create the success you're looking for. It's tweaking, like you're on the right path. You're really not doing anything wrong. It's just not well received right now by the people around you. They're saying some tweaks in your approach will get you where you're trying to go. All right, what next? What comes next, Spirit? We have doing, invention. It's a Knight of Pentacles. Getting more done. Hold on, they're correcting me. Okay, they're saying getting things done in a more satisfactory way. And I'm going to show you the cards so you can see what they're telling me and showing me. So we have this guy back here who is, well, we have this person here who is chiseling by hand this beautiful bust out of stone. And this guy who is making them, you know, just pushing them through. This is what they're pointing you towards. Doing it possibly more slowly. Things may not go as quickly as you want, but if you take your time and you do it with intention and you do it with some thoughtfulness and with a new approach, you can actually create something long-lasting. Something, you know, they're saying eternal. I don't know if what you're doing is eternal, but they're saying not literally, but something that it will last, that has longevity. What else, Spirit? And we have decision. This is Two of Pentacles. You're going to be able to make change and bring some balance into your workplace that wasn't there. Sorry, I'm having to reach again. They're wanting me to point out this wolf in the background. So in this picture, if you can't quite see it, there's this guy who is trapped underneath a log, and that's a little bit how you've been feeling, right? A little bit trapped. And you've got some options here. You've got a saw, you can saw the log. You have a walkie-talkie you can call. But in the background is this wolf. And the wolf is, you know, these people around you that you work with. But you're coming up with solutions and you're balancing things so that the wolf can go back, you know, go back into the shadows or just go find dinner somewhere else, right? So that's great. All right, what else, Spirit? I've got one more for you. And this is conflict, Two of Wands. You're going to be able to handle conflict in a more stable, balanced way. You're going to nip that biting atmosphere that's kind of going on in the background. You're going to nip that. You're actually going to create a little bit more of a peaceful environment by becoming more peaceful yourself. All right, that's it for the tarot cards. I do have one more card for you. It's a fortune cookie card, so let's see what we have here. All right, it says, difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos, as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. I mean, I think that's pretty, it's pretty evident. You've got the Devil card here, sort of trying to sabotage you a little bit. They want me to give you one more. Okay. They have more to tell you. So let's get another fortune for you. They're saying, don't let that chaos, in this difficult times, don't let that deter you. Just let it, again, change your approach a little bit. Your goal is the same. We have major life change. The time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. Things are going to change, for sure. And you are going to be the catalyst for that change. And things will get better. 100%. All right, group 3, I hope that was helpful. I hope it kind of gave you some insight into what's going on around you and kind of where things are headed with your career. It looks good. It looks good. Just, follow the advice here and keep moving forward, and you're going to do great. This is minor tweaks. You're already on the right path. You're doing great already. So, great job, y'all. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.